Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by my channel. I got a couple new machines here today, and of course, like usual, I wanted to make a whole video on these just for somebody who has one, who can't get it running, and who's just really interested in seeing them. So backstory on these, I always like to start my story with how I acquired it. So I was at work on a Friday, about to go home, and I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw two free Compaq Proliant 1600s about an hour away from me. So in the blink of an eye, I messaged the seller. I said, hey, I'm very interested in these. You know, I do a YouTube channel. I have a collection of these servers. I would very much like to take them and give them a new home. You know, I'm not trying to resell them on eBay, blah, 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 make money or anything. Didn't hear back from him. I went home. He messaged me after dinner on Friday and said, yeah, it sounds good. He says, I got a bunch of messages, but you messaged me first. Come on down and pick them up Saturday morning. I said, well, now I said I'm back home. I said, I'm a couple hours away. I said, would you be able to hold it to Monday for me? And I'll give you $20, you know, kind of thing. He says, oh yeah, that sounds great. I'll see you on Monday. So Monday after work, I drove about an hour extra and picked up the servers. The guy was a super nice older guy. He had these sitting in a shed. Unfortunately, there was also a Proliant, I believe ML350 G2 that was on the bottom, I'm guessing because it was pretty rusty and a bit of corrosion on the board and on the traces with the battery. So I took the board out. I used that one for parts. I don't think it's gonna run. I haven't actually tried it, to be honest. The board looks in okay shape, but the rest of the case and the stuff was in pretty bad shape. But these two Proliants were good. One's a Proliant 1600 earlier gen, I guess you'd call it. Not G1, G2, but just that one has dual Pentium 2s in it. And then this one has dual Pentium 3s. So I loaded it all up. The guy also gave me a few boxes of hard drives, a little bit extra parts. I think there was an extra RAID controller in there. And super nice guy. He wouldn't even take the $20. I said, no, you held them for me. I said, I really appreciate you meeting. He's like, no, it's okay. He's like, he had I want to say an ISP that he would manage that these were all running. So these were all ISP machines. But yeah, anyway, I got those machines and loaded them up in my car and drove home. It was a long day. But anyway, I got them home. I gave them both a good tear down. The Pentium 2 one is kind of my baby. I'll put a picture of that in a little bit here. It's got dual Pentium 2, I believe, 350 in it or 450, I think 350. And I don't even remember the RAM offhand. This video isn't about that one. This is about this one. They're essentially the same machine. The only real difference with the Pentium 3 and the Pentium 2 one, to my understanding, is actually the processor cage. And if I'm correct, I believe you can actually just take out that processor cage with the memory in it and swap them between the systems, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. They might not fit. I'm not going to try that on this because, as you're about to find out in this video, these machines have a very severe issue where they will not turn on due to the processor cage, and you have to literally smash it in with a blunt object. I will get to that in a little bit here, but anyway, like my usual videos, if you're a returning viewer, I guess, to this channel, I like to do a backstory. I'll show you these machines, how they work, how to tear them down, how to fix them, my upgrades, because if you know things about these servers, you're probably looking at this one now and being like, this doesn't look very stock. So anyway, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna show you how to open this thing up and how to work on it first. So to open up this machine is pretty straightforward. We're gonna come around here to the front. You'll see there are two thumb screws right here. They're already pre-loosened, but we're just gonna loosen those. The back cover, or the top cover, will slide off to the back, I should say. I'm gonna bring this around for you to see here. Hopefully I can get it in the frame, but it's got the cool, my favorite things, the printouts on it, how to run switches, how to adjust it, the different IDs. You can't actually see that. My finger's not actually in that frame, but the different IDs for the drives and stuff. Pretty cool. I like that they include that on there. Nice little touch, easy to work on. For the back panel here, actually, I guess you would say this is the top panel. This machine can also run in a tower configuration. Now, I did actually have one of these back in the day that didn't run right, and then I had a Proliant 800 with Pentium Pro in it, which, going back, I was younger and didn't know as much about these as I did now. This was years and years ago, but it didn't run right either. So I kind of made a combo machine with the 1600 and the 800, but it didn't run right. And I ended up moving and just parting out everything and selling the rest and throwing a bunch of it away, which was a shame because that's the only Pentium Pro machine I've ever actually had. And I should have kept it. Plus it had the front panel and I threw it away, the front panel, which is impossible to find, the actual door bezel that goes over this. Anyway, I don't like to talk about it. That's in the past. Unfortunately, I got rid of it and that was a shame. But anyway, how to open up the, I guess you'd say, sorry, this I would say for this machine is the top, quote, the top panel, but if the machine is flipped up this way, you would consider that the side panel and this the top panel. But let's just call this the top one and this the side for now. So to open up the side, you have one screw here. Just gonna loosen that guy, slide it off, bada bing, that opens. Same kind of cool goodies in there. Tells you a little bit about the switches, the ISA slots, and how to open it. Thank you, even though I have to have it open to figure that out. Anyway, but now that that's open, you're probably also noticing this here too. So this was actually the original sticker that came on it. Not that you can't read, but it says, prior to powering off this unit, please advise pharmacist and head cashier that all online pharmacy claims and debit cards will not work while the system is off. So maybe this was used prior to the guy having it at his ISP as a server machine for a pharmacy, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. Like a machine that handled the cash registers. I'm not too sure. But that's the original sticker. This piece here is actually a little punch-out metal piece you can unscrew with a screw on the inside. This bezel will also come off if you take off these screws here. That's how you take off the front bezel, which is a huge pain in the butt on this machine, because to move your drives out of here, you have to remove this whole panel and then slide those in. Now, another thing I'm going to mention is that if you've ever seen these machines before, you're going to notice that the floppy disk is facing downwards, but then all these are facing upwards. So the reason behind that is that Compaq used a system on this with like a metal sliding rail about yay big. It fits on the side of the drives and then they slide in. Now the only problem is that when you bought the chassis, they only came with whatever drive was in it with those rails. So if you like, this can fit 1, 2, 3 things basically. Now most of these machines came with a CD-ROM drive and nothing else. Some of them had a tape drive, but that still meant you have an empty slot. Excuse me. And Compaq never gave extra rails with the machine. You had to order the rails. So basically, to upgrade the machine, you had to buy a rail kit for it, for the inside piece here, which is stupid because if you wanted to add stuff to it, you have to give them money. Now, me, I collect these machines and I don't even have any of those rails spare. So what I did with this is I actually had another server case that I got from a different person that was really rusty and just kind of a piece of junk. So if you look close, you'll see this metal piece here is actually the side of a different drive cage altogether that fit in here perfectly. So it actually fits in, and I just fastened it with a couple small screws in the top. So it all fits in there good. I don't know how it works, but it works. And all these drives are nice and secure. So you'll see here I have the floppy, which unfortunately this OEM floppy is dead. This does not work. Big pain for loading drivers onto this. I have to plug the floppy in externally, or sorry, to the connector on the inside, but not use that floppy, doesn't work. This is a removable IDE sled, which I actually found at Value Village on the way home from buying this server, which is pretty cool. You can just put IDE drive in there, it's removable, slides in. The computer will not boot from IDE, but it can see it in all the operating systems, and it will even see it in the BIOS, which is kind of funny. Even though it says it's not supported, you cannot boot from IDE on these systems. I don't know why, but you can't. Unless you have a boot floppy. We'll discuss that later. This is a cassette deck thing that I got from Electronic Waste. I don't know if it works. I just put it in there. It looks cool. And the original CD-ROM, which somehow still works. We also have our Compaq Classic 6 Ultra 160/320 drive. This has a single 18.2 gig, 15,000 HP branded Ultra 320 SCSI in there, which is pretty cool. Now, the not cool part about that is that I did the entire machine, set it all up, and then my drive died, so I had to redo everything from scratch. So anyway, we're going to keep going with the video. I'm going to show you the inside goodies of this because it is not very stock. So first, oh, what's that up there? Hard drive. Hold on. We're going to take a look at on the side here first. So I'm doing this by hand, so my video is going to be a little jittery. I do have a pretty cool girly girl, I guess you'd call it, selfie light thing, which also has a tripod built in. It's pretty sweet. It's a lot better than my other grip rig, which consisted of a chair and like the phone literally taped to things. And I'm also using my Wowie P30 Pro, which does amazing video. So hopefully this looks good when it's on YouTube. Anyway, I could go on and on. We have our smart array. I believe this is a 2SL card with the, oh God, I don't even know what it is. 16 megs of memory. Let's just say that. Anyway, then we got our Radeon R9250, I think. I want to say this is 256 meg video memory. Big upgrade from the onboard, I believe, 2 megabyte Rage 2C or whatever is in it. Just a piece of junk. Useless for anything besides basically displaying Windows 95. Anyway, then we got our SIL 3212, I believe this is SATA card in this slot here. We have our Sound Blaster. I forget the model. Geez, nice video. SBO200. That's a Dell OEM card. Gives us sound. Stock server doesn't. And then we also have our TP-Link wireless card. Oh, okay, Dominic. What did you put in your machine here? What a weird collection of stuff. Here's the back. You'll see the wireless antenna. I don't have a second antenna in there. Just one. Sound Blaster outputs. The external for the, what you call those there? The SATA, the eSATA. Then the Radeon plugin, and then, oh, what's this? I totally missed that. Great job. We have our classic, the best thing ever, the USB, dual USB PCI card. Gives you USB functionality on a machine without it, which, oops, is a lifesaver. And I've also included this, which is my new best friend for all my systems now, just a USB extender plugin, so you don't have to reach back here at like a really strange angle to plug this in. You just put this up top, and there you go. Now, getting back to the up top, we're going to take a look here. Here is the only spot that I really had that could put the hard drive in. So this is just a, I want to say an HP branded actually, 160 gigabyte SATA hard drive, SATA 2, nothing fast, but compared to the onboard stuff, it's pretty quick. You'll see the power supply in here too. Unfortunately, we're going to be upside down for the viewing of this, but this I believe is a 430 watt power supply. It's not a smart power supply, so it doesn't do anything. And now we have the processor cage here. So this has dual Pentium 3. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what's in my video. I believe these are 500s. We'll find out in a sec when it boots up. There's 1 gig of RAM. I'll get to the RAM part in a second. I will also segue into the video why this is bent, because to make this machine work, you'll have an issue. I'm going to go over this in a second here, why it doesn't work, and you need to hammer it in. It's twice I've said that now. You'll also see a bunch of custom wiring in this. You'll see a few things here in a second when I turn it on. I swapped this light with a yellow light just for cool factor. The switch on this is a full voltage switch. It's not anything ACPI compliant. So when you press this button, it clunks in and that turns on the power. The power actually goes right through this. This was giving me issues where the machine was not turning on properly. So I actually undid this switch and cleaned it out with a bit of contact cleaner to make it better. Another troubleshooting thing I had to do was that. Not fun. Now, another thing I wanted to go over was the fans. You'll notice when I power this machine up that the fans are actually quite quiet. Now, how I did that was these machines are very picky with the fan operation. If any of the fans aren't running properly, the machine will post, say, fan failure detected, and give you 5 seconds and shut down. Now, most newer Proliants do this as well, which unfortunately can really gimp the server. The other ones of these that I had, both my Proliant 800 and my other 1600 that I had years and years ago that I got rid of, had that issue with the board, I'm going to say, because I tried swapping different fans into them. The 800 would run, it would be in Windows, and it would just shut down because of fan failure. I don't know why it did it. I want to say there was an issue with the board. I had a G3 Proline, I think 350, that had an issue with the fan where it wouldn't even run the fan, and then it would shut down because of the, anyway, issues with those. Anyway, so to get around this, what I did is, you can't have fan failure. So basically the stock fan on the back here has been replaced with a, I'm trying to get a good shot of it here. You can't really see it. A newer fan. And then on the inside there, you'll see a nice snazzy blue. There we go. Focus on it there. A nice snazzy blue light up fan. But you're probably wondering, oh, how did you get around that fan failure detected? So what I did for that was that I actually wired both of those fans into this fan here, which is the, what do you call that? An I/O fan, I guess. So for the system to boot up, you only need to have the processor fan installed. You don't need to have the I/O fan. So what I did is I just switched the connection of the I/O fan to the processor fan's header so it wouldn't freak out. And then I slowed its speed down with a couple little resistors. Just, I believe they were, I put a few of them together, but I believe they were only 10 or 15 ohm each. So I didn't, maybe 30 or 40 ohms total. Not a lot, because if you did too much, then it wouldn't detect the fan and the machine wouldn't cooperate. So I think there's 3, maybe 10 or 15 ohm resistors on there, if I remember correctly. They could be mixed. But anyway, that's how that's done. These fans just run off the 12 volt here, so they're nice and quiet, but this machine runs really good. It's nice and quiet. It's got all custom wiring in it. I had to move a bunch of stuff around to get it set up, but that's basically it. Lots of messing around. This took me probably, I'm going to say 2 months to get going. Just a lot of fiddling around, a lot of setting up, a lot of weird stuff with the Windows. It seems like every time I did something, I had an issue. I had issues as well with the SATA controller, with the floppy, just with stuff in general. I installed everything, got all running, got the system partition running. System partition wouldn't go. Then my drive died. I had to redo everything again. And I had issues with the drive going in. Just lots of fun. But we wouldn't be here if I didn't get everything solved like I do. I make it work. But a couple of the serious problems with this machine I wanted to go over is one with that cage. Now, this cage in the back here, that has serious issues. If you have one of these machines, you might even be here with this issue, where you plug it in, you go to press your power button, the fans will just blip for 1 second. Now, to solve that issue, people say, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this. It is the processor cage, but do not despair if your machine does that. Now, I'm going to show you the video of how to fix that. You literally have to have that in there. Let's bring it around to the back, actually, because I'm going to show you how to fix this. It's stupid, and it's annoying, and it's actually horrible to do, but it works. So basically, when these slide in, one of these is for the I/O. I think, which one is for the I/O? The one that's not broken. One of these is for the I/O. So basically, when you put these handles in, you're going to, it's this one because it's snapped off. So when you go to put these handles in, they basically go in at a 90-degree angle. They will slide in, and then this will kind of, you'll see here, it has like a card edge connector. You're not going to be able to see that. It has a card edge connector in there. That's not viewable. So when this processor and RAM cage slides in, you're going to want to have it make contact. This is going to be closed. This lever here is going to be closed about to kind of where my finger is, not all the way in. So when this is all in, I kind of like to go with my thumb, push it, slide that cage in. Now, when the cage slides in, you're going to make contact. However, when you go look down in here, you're going to see your card edge connector. Let me try to focus on that again. You can't really see it. It's right above those two yellow little resistor guys there, right here. I'll put my finger in for you. Right in here. So you will see the edge of the gold. You don't want to see any of the edge of the gold. You want to make sure the edge of the gold is in there. You can actually get it to shut by just taking your hand and just firmly pushing. You kind of got to push on the bottom here. Come on, let's focus. If you push on the bottom here and then the top, kind of like this, even if you give it a little tap with your fist, you can get it to seat in there. You don't need to worry about anything. However, with my machine, I had to use a bit more serious technique, let's call it, to get it to go in there. Now, I'm going to show you the video of how I did this. It's not good. I do not recommend doing this unless the machine will not boot up. I would say start with just hitting it lightly with your hand, just enough to tap in there. Then maybe move on to something like a little rubber mallet, giving it a tap. If you really have to, in the video I'll show you, I used a weight. It's rubber, or even if I'm a machinist by trade, if you have a dead blow hammer, something like that, where it's not doing a lot of impact, you just want to tap it in there. Now, it seems awful. The video, it looks really, really bad, but it did make the machine work. So anyway, enough about the bad. We're going to go to the good now about how this actually runs, and I'm going to show you the operation of it. So I'm going to switch around to our screen. I'm going to get a setup here. I'm going to get plugged in and put the panels back on, and I'll fire it up for you. All right, so we got her around the front here. I've got the mains plugged into the wall, or the power plug as you'd call it. I'm gonna power it up here now, so you'll hear the button press. And what's funny about this, it actually was pretty quick today. Sometimes that takes a few seconds to actually boot up, which is kind of funny to see, but it booted up right here today. Let me just move it over a little bit so you can see it with the lights on there. Nothing really much to see. It's got that power light. I got the caution light on there, which will blink pretty crazy, but I want to keep it focused on the screen here the most I can. I can't really get most of the machine and the whole video in here. We'll get we'll get just the edge of the drive there going. Try to focus more on the screen here, since this is going to be the whole actually running portion of it. There's our, zoom out a little bit. There's our SCSI drive spinning up. We should have video here in just a second. Another thing I wanted to mention with this machine was the RAM capacity. Now, Compaq officially states that this can support 1 GB of RAM. Now, I don't like to listen to rules very much, so I tried to upgrade the RAM. It takes SD RAM, I believe, 100 or 133. Now, these, I have my 8500 Proliant has 1 GB sticks of that, and I'm like, guess who's going to put 4 gigs of RAM in this? Now, that does not work. 512 meg sticks, there we go. Excuse me, 512 meg sticks also do not work. There's 4 slots on this board total in that cage processor shenanigans thing. You're only seeing 16 megs there now because the onboard battery in this is dead, so it resets everything. There's our dual 550s with the 512 meg cache Pentium 3. It's complaining that our NVRAM is screwed up. Blah, blah, system option there. There's our SATA controller finding our drive. There's our Smart 2SL spinning up, and it sees our drive too. Now, something else I wanted to mention here before I keep going about the RAM is the boot sequence in this. Now, if you know much about these computers, you know that they don't have a BIOS built in. You have to, normally how you do it is you would install the system partition on your SCSI drive, and then you would install your operating system on a different partition, which works great. The only thing is that when that SATA controller is installed, it will automatically default to, there's our yellow light blinking. It will automatically default to the SATA drive for whatever reason. I don't know. There's no way to change it, even though the built-in BIOS system partition says that the default boot is the SCSI drive, the smart array controller. It will boot off that SATA. And unfortunately, there's no way to install the system partition on the SATA drive because it is not a Compaq controller. So anyway, back to the RAM. You can only put 1 gig of RAM in this. I tried other configurations. I have to slam that card cage in every single time I did it, even though the machine would post. The smart array controller kind of works as a post card, which is pretty cool. It'll give you different LED lights up, but it wasn't giving me the proper light up sequence with the different RAM in it. So I'm gonna say Dominic official certified 20 years later Proliant, you can only put 1 gig of RAM in a 1600. Sorry. Anyway, here's Windows XP booting up. I don't actually have the sound plugged in, but I do have all the drivers installed, which is pretty cool for this. So you'll see it actually boots up pretty fast. It's a pretty good machine, I have to say. As far as performance on this, it's pretty good. I'm running Windows XP with a Service Pack 3 on it here. Got a few tweaks. I have the what you call it? Sorry, the tweak that removes the Windows XP activation, WPA kill, which works really good. You'll see here is our processor. That's not explained properly. Our 1 gig of RAM, even though the post screen only showed 16 megs, you don't actually have to load. If you load your smart array disk into this, it will automatically update to the 1 gig of RAM on the post screen, but it runs fine anyway, so whatever. You'll see here is our different disk drives, our Compaq smart array one. Let me zoom in a little bit on this so you can see a bit better now that you're not getting my beautiful face in the reflection. You'll see there, oh, okay, we're just gonna update something real quick. Oh, there's our Compaq SCSI drive on our smart array controller, our HDT. That's actually our IDE drive, and then there's our Silicon Image SCSI disk, which is actually a SATA. That's our SATA disk there. Our boot drive. Here's our Radeon 9200 Pro. There's a Cirrus Logic, which is disabled, even though it's like, hey, you disabled my dip switch on the board. Just kidding, I'm gonna show up anyway. That stays there. Our standard stuff. Here's our network adapters, our TP-Link wireless adapter, which is actually probably online right now on Windows XP. Yes, I know, great idea, but it's okay. This is going online. I'm going to show you in the video. You're going to see it. It works. Here's our dual Compaq SCSI adapter, our Smart 2SL, and our Silicon Image shows up under SCSI controller. Here's our Sound Blaster Live. It's all in there, ready to rock and roll. And then here's our USB controller, which for some reason it installed an Intel USB controller that isn't actually there and gives an error. I don't know. It works, so I'm leaving it. That's about that. We have our standard fare of Compaq servers. Now, unfortunately with this server, it's pretty stupid, for lack of a better word. It doesn't have any of the really cool features of my higher end machines. We can go into our Compaq server goodies here now. I'm just gonna go through them with you. Well, that's Management Agent. Array configuration, that we can actually view on. I'll click on that in a sec. Integrated management display, we don't have that. This machine can take it, which unfortunately didn't come with it. To buy these online, people want a lot of money, so that doesn't do anything for us. Management log viewer doesn't matter. Power down manager doesn't work. This is a non-ACPI system, so unfortunately you can only put Windows XP. You can't do anything newer on this. Vista 7, they will not run. They need ACPI. No way around it. Doesn't work. Power supply viewer doesn't do anything. This system is not equipped with a smart power supply. I'm actually going to click on this just to show you that message because it's so stupid. This machine is called Conliant, by the way. Loading data. This machine does not have an intelligent power subsystem, otherwise known as got a basic power supply. That's stupid. Thank you. That's about it. But we do have the array configuration utility, which is always pretty cool. I love running this older software. It runs good. I don't know if you can see that drive. You can't see the drive blinking. You know, you've seen enough of my videos. It's blinking. We got one drive in the machine. It's set up. It runs Windows XP. Thankfully enough, thank you computer gods, it hasn't died and crashed on me, so far so good. But that's about it, really. We also have my favorite, the Compaq Insight Manager, which I don't know if it's because I'm using a wireless adapter, but totally broke and doesn't work. Oh, awesome. Another fix. I'm going to show you how to fix this. Why this doesn't launch. Did you see that message when Windows XP started up? For whatever reason, when this machine loses BIOS power, it sets the time to January 1st, 1601. I don't know why that is. It is so stupid, and I'm going to have to change this now to actually get online properly. Oh yeah, 1980. I can only go up to 2099. This is going to take me a long time. Can I do 2023? Nope, that doesn't make any sense. We can only change one digit at a time. And it is at the time of this. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what date it is here. October something. Long weekend, Friday, October 6th. I can't change the date either. Just kidding. Apparently what the heck is... Why? What is going on? Why are the days changing when I click on them? Why is it October 2023? We have Sunday the 1st, Monday the 2nd, Tuesday the 3rd, Wednesday the blank, Tuesday the 2nd, Friday the 3rd, and Saturday the 7th. I don't think that's how a calendar works. Let's just try that again. October 6th, Friday. What is going on here? I've never seen this. It's totally broken. When I click on the days, it's changing them. What the heck? I have no idea what that was about. That was totally messed up there. Okay, now it looks like it's right. October 6th, there we go. It is currently 10. Wow, that was really weird. I've never seen that. 10:09? Somehow it knows the right time. That's weird. Okay, PM. I think that's right. Anyway, that's this machine in a nutshell. Let's go online now. Actually, no, I lied. Let's show you my drives that's in it. There's our SCSI drive. Awesome. There's our XP on our SATA. There's the IDE drive, just to show you that it's here. That's it, even though there's no files on it. I'll show it to you in there. 180, it's a 200 gig, I believe, Hitachi drive. That's that. And then there's our SCSI 2. Here's our CD-ROM drive. Doesn't actually open if you click on it, but whatever. I'm trying to think if there's anything as far as straightforward in here to show you. This does play some games. Let's play some games first, and then we'll go on the internet with it. Here's a classic, my custom-made Mass Circus that I totally sniped from my old school. Oh yeah, that's right. Beat all the puzzles. Beat all the puzzles. But it actually runs good. Like, you can go through this. Oops. You can go through this. The cannon, my favorite. And it will play. I mean, this is an old game. This is for Windows. I don't even know. But this is playable. This is a playable game on here, which is nice. We also have another favorite of mine, Infogrames Combat, which is my own version that's very, very modded. I believe that's on here. There it is. This is a pretty good game. This would have been a new game for this machine. But this is also my custom version, so it's modded pretty good. It's not stock by any means. It's got different textures and this and that, and lots of stuff loads. But it loads. It plays good on this. You're about to see it. It's definitely playable. It get a little bit of stutter, but we can play through this. It plays good on this machine. Period correct. So this would have been essentially a pretty high-end gaming machine, I guess, in the day. We don't get the best frame rate on it. Like if we fly around here, you'll see it's a little oh my god, stuttery as I stutter. Usually when I go back to the main menu, it crashes. It didn't do that this time. If we go to a level like, say, this one here, this is a pretty insane level. We'll probably get some good stuttering. Oh, never mind. This isn't the level that I thought it was. I bet you it's going to crash now. Oh, okay. If we go to this level, oops, BG6. Custom level that I've made. This is a pretty crazy level. This is probably going to cause a bit of issues here. Oh my god, it's not the wrong level again. It's not the right level again. Not Mega Donut. We want BG7. Great job. I don't even know the levels in this game that I put together. Great job. Again, this is also the wrong level. I don't even know which one it is. There's a level. I don't remember which one it is. Is it SC5? I don't even know. There's a level that I put in this that's pretty crazy. There you go. This is a pretty... Oh, yeah. That's laggy. That's not very playable. Well, for the most part, you can get away playing it. Maybe if we lowered the resolution to 640. Or maybe it is on 640. You know what? I don't even know. But, you know what? This is playable. It's not the best frame rate, but it's playable. Whatever. I'm over it. Usually when you press exit, it crashes. But for today, that's actually running right. I don't really know how that is. But I'm not complaining. Alright, so I'm back. Apparently I had to reinstall the driver after disabling it from... Get out of here! Like, I know. Apparently after disabling it on Device Manager and then reinstalling the driver, then it worked. And then it didn't work, so I had to sign out and then sign back in of the actual user account. Anyway, that made a lot of sense. We are on the internet. So, let's do some browsing on my 25-year-old Proliant. Running Windows XP, going on the internet. I just went into Best Buy, you know, picked up this bad boy. They're like, oh yeah, this is brand new, Compaq. It's so advanced. You've never even heard of it. Gonna get this online, install the brand new Windows XP, be off to the races. Sit down, install Mozilla Firefox. Blistering fast, doesn't actually even open. That's how fast it runs. Let's see. Oh my god. We're full tilt, brothers. Aha, we're gonna open it twice. We're also gonna put this down here at the bottom, just so you can see the processing power in action. Let's close one of these. I don't need two open. Thank you. I know I have... No, shut up. I know I just have so much CPU power on tap, but we're gonna keep it with just one for now. Okay, here we go. Installed this. What am I going to do first? We're going to go to YouTube. Oh, yeah. Now, what do you do when you go onto YouTube? You're going to want to watch videos. Exactly. Now, spoiler alert. This doesn't work on YouTube. Sorry to burst your bubble. I don't know why. YouTube's like, oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. To be honest, while this loads, I'm going to give YouTube some crap because YouTube is now like, oh, you're using ad block. You can't watch videos. You're doing this. You can't watch videos. Want to buy YouTube Premium? Ha! How about we, like, do this explicit thing to your family if you don't buy YouTube Premium? Oh, just kidding. You can't do anything on YouTube anymore. Instead of just watching videos, it's all about making money because, you know, we don't make billions of dollars. We gotta make you not freaking stop listening to ads nonstop that blare. Plus, my ex-girlfriend is French, so half the ads are in French. I can't even understand them. Anyway, this is what we get on YouTube. Now, if we go back and do YouTube Mr. Beast, we can load up a video. We can even go to videos, tab on Google, and we can try to... This is a good video, actually. Mr. Beast is my new work friend because I work by myself and I have no friends. So every day at lunch I watch Mr. Beast videos, except I've seen all of them now, so... But this is a good video. Enough about my life story. However, this doesn't actually work, so... We'll get an error. Eventually, the machine will pop up an error that says your browser can't play this video. I don't know why that is. There is a website that will tell you the different types of video that this can see. So it can actually play video. I did have this website playing video, but as we can see here, this doesn't work that... Oh. Continue. Oh, no way. Is it actually working? I totally lied to everybody. Continue. I've actually... didn't think this was able to play videos, but it is. That was... Get out of my face. Yeah, don't ask me again. Just shut up. Shut up and work. Of course it's... Oh my god. What did I just say? What did I just say? Continue. We have YouTube playing. Of course it's an ad. And it's also incredibly broken, but it is playing. I have never had this going. We have it. We have YouTube going. We get about 1 frame per 20 seconds. But I mean it's working. Uh-oh. Well, we got 3 frames of an ad. Tell you the truth, I kind of wanted to actually stop that script there and see if it was gonna buffer. That's funny. I've never actually had it get that far. Let's see if we close this. Jeez, that was quick. It's almost like the browser gets stuck, which is strange. It's not even like the machine can't play it. There's just an issue with it like buffering or something. I don't really know. We do have another browser. We have this Chameleon guy. I'm actually gonna put this on the desktop here. We'll stack that beside Mr. Firefox there. Well, that decides to do its thing. I'm gonna open up Insight Manager here. It's gonna bitch that we can't actually see it. Yeah, we can't see it. Be trapped. I don't know where it is. This is kind of like the kryptonite of me using these machines. I don't know how to really... To be honest, I don't even know how I made this work. It doesn't work on this. I've added a machine, but it's like, yeah, I'm not there. Probably because it's a wireless network. It doesn't know what it's doing. Don't blame me, Compaq Insight Manager. I don't know what I'm doing half the time anyway either. Let's go back to Mozilla Firefox. We are greeted with it not working. Our task manager is showing some fun, but we still have almost half a gig of memory free, or 50% of the memory free, and our CPU is doing pretty good too. Here's our video. You know what? We're just gonna, you know what? You can just shut up because I got Mr. Beast playing here. So you know what? Say as unresponsive as you want. I'm not stopping nothing. There we go. Mr. Beast video playing on Compaq Proliant. Let's zoom out. Oh, it was zoomed in. My bad. Compaq Proliant 1600. Windows XP. That's it. Mr. Beast. Look at that frame rate. Boing, boing indeed. We are live. Unfortunately, I don't have the sound hooked up, but that's okay. We can appreciate it without sound. The fine work. I don't even know what setting this is playing, but I've actually never had this playing YouTube video, which is pretty cool. I'll take it. I don't even think I can click the setting. Just appreciate it for what it is. Oh, because this stupid thing here. Hey, you know what? Here, stop script. Let's see if that breaks it. I want to actually try to change the settings on this. That would make me laugh. Our CPU is totally balls to the wall right now. 100%. We actually have subtitles going on this, but that's pretty funny. That's running. I've never had this running. We have about 420 megs of video. Oh, 420 megs of memory, physical memory, and then our CPU is capped. Our CPU is at 100%, and my settings are gone. But yeah, we're actually watching this video. It's actually watchable, which is pretty funny. I've never had that work. Usually it says your browser can't support it. So we're gonna keep up the Firefox theme. We're actually gonna just close this, I think maybe is probably the best bet, and it's gonna freeze now. Sorry, Mr. Beast. Sorry, Mr. Beast. My cursor doesn't actually work. I'm going back to Best Buy and returning this computer. It's too slow. Cool. New feature. We can actually close the web browser. It's stuck using all of your CPU. Check this out. Wow, that was very quick. If only the X button that Microsoft put in actually closed it. We're going to go back to Firefox now. After enjoying that amazing Mr. Beast video and just stimulating my mind. It's actually a good video, and Mr. Beast makes good stuff. I don't like YouTube with a passion, but I enjoy Mr. Beast video. Well, this is embarrassing. I don't even give a shit what that says, excuse my language. I'm kind of a shut the hell up and do it kind of guy. So, shut the hell up. We're gonna go on Facebook. My CPU is about to blow out through the top of the machine. Hopefully my fans are spinning. I mean, it hasn't shut off randomly, so... Oh, you're using a browser that isn't supported by Facebook. So, look at that. See, this, my friends, is proper computer-ish. You're using a browser that isn't supported by Facebook, so we've redirected you to a simpler version to give you the best experience. That certified thumbs up. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. My CPU just exploded. But, hey, look at this. I'm in Facebook right now. Never let me drink Jaeger bombs again. Please and thank you. Well, that's funny. You consumed alcohol and made a bad decision. But yeah, we're on Facebook. Look at this. Hocus Pocus lovers. Love it. You get a like. You're going to get a comment on that too. Hocus Pocus lovers. We're going to comment. This, by the way, is not my real name on this account. If you haven't noticed, that doesn't look like me. I love Pocus. I also love posting on Facebook with my 25-year-old Compaq white server. Someone love me. I have to move that post. Aha! It worked. And you know what? I like that comment so much. I'm gonna like it. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Is love it. We're gonna love that comment. Just kidding. I can't do that. That is a Facebook Pro feature. I don't even think I can check my messages. Maybe I should message somebody. Let's not message her. I don't even think I can get the messages on this. Maybe I can. CPU is running at 99, 100% right now. A new photo. Hello, Babby. Can I actually send this message? I am love you, but I am love more my Compaq Proliant 1600X. Perfect. Now that that's done, let's go on eBay and buy some cool shit. You know what? I have to say, when I first got this set up, it wasn't running that well, but as slow and old as this is, it's actually usable. I mean, back in the day, I used to run a Pentium 4 system with, I think, 256 mega RAM that I pull out of the garbage, and this thing makes that machine seem like a bloody dinosaur compared to it. Like, this is usable. Like, my CPU's maxed, and I mean, I know I've tuned it up with the SATA drive and stuff, but this is usable. I mean, it definitely struggles a bit with the CPU power, but we're also on a brand new website, which everything now is so bloated. It's such a shame. I mean, back in the day, you had the older browsers and stuff, and Windows XP. Like, a machine like this would have been really, really, really high end. Like, this would have been basically top of the line machine. So to see it stack up nowadays and actually like still be mildly usable is actually pretty funny to see. Like, this is, if the web browser wasn't bloated with so many scripts and BS that it is nowadays, these machines would still be usable. Now, it's a shame for me to see because these are a pretty cool machine. Instead of these companies changing stuff and upgrading stuff like Windows, your fault, with all these updates nonstop, why not just keep this and release patches and stuff instead of making new versions and new this and new that and upgrade it? Like why? I know people like to run faster software and do stuff like this and that, but I don't know. I mean, these machines, they're still cool. I like to do them. I like to keep them alive, and we're online. I just bought this Chromebook. There you go. This is working. Buy it now. Sorry, who would pay $250 for that? That's such a joke price. Acer Chromebook with a 4 gig of RAM and a 64 gig eMMC. I'm guessing that's the flash memory hard drive, quote unquote, on it. Why would anybody pay for that? Oh, I have 2 tabs open. That's probably why it's slow. Check out his guest. Well, you know what? There you go. I bought that. I finished messaging the love of my life. I watched some Mr. Beast. What else do you do on the internet? Well, something I can't show on YouTube because it's probably going to block me. Ah, of course. The forbidden camera. We gotta go to Instagram, and we gotta see what's going on.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. My whole 100 subscribers.
I need to make 10 cents off YouTube so I can buy a pack of noodles and then put it in to fix the fiberglass on my car. It's funny because I'm already logged into these things, so they actually work. I don't know, but the YouTube never worked. I never had the YouTube working. This is working. This is pretty funny. Well, maybe working. We're about to find out. Even this. What is it? You go and you see pictures of people. That's all it is. Something that is so simple, but has been so overcomplicated and bloated for nothing. You know why? It's this right down here. Meta. It's gotta just plug everything up. You go on Facebook to look at something. Oh, you want to see the comments? You gotta go on Instagram. Why? It's on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Let's just block off all my private messages. Thank you very much. Even though I don't use social media.
Follow me on Instagram.
I never use it. Learn more. I'm kind of curious to see what that actually says. Go to the home! Like, why does it automatically default to this? There's so many scripts. Just show me the pictures of the girls wearing the skimpy clothing. That's what I'm here for. Let's also see what this has to say. Apparently doesn't like my browser. Huh. Let's see how it is. I'm gonna cheat. Ah, there we go. It's thinking of loading. Go. I like if you press the buttons too much, it gets like stuck. Just gonna casually crop the part out of here where I open up my private messages, embarrass myself. I like this. Your browser isn't supported, so let's open up a window that's not supported by your browser to tell you how it's not supported. Wow, that's amazing. It's like you can't get email, so let me email you and tell you why you can't get emails. Oh, jeez. Your keyboard's not connected. Press the button on the keyboard to continue. Amazing. Yes. Technical jargon. How stupid. But, you know, I have to say, this, as slow and as hilariously slow as it is, it actually was usable. You know, I have to say, that's, besides, like, to go on the internet, it works. Like I say, this, here we go. We're loading. Look at this. This is the user experience. I don't know. I literally clicked on the thing and said, why is it not supported? And it didn't even do anything. It just opened up Instagram homepage. Not supported. Here to find out more. You know how you find out? You go look at more pictures on Instagram and waste your life. That's how it is. So you know what? I'm gonna put you down there. I'm gonna do a performance test. We're basically wrapping up the video now. That's the performance online. We can kind of do some stuff. I'm curious if this can play videos on here as well. I don't actually. Oh, what was that? Oh. It's loading. Pretty soon, my friends, we will see pictures on Instagram. Maybe. Our CPU's at 100%. Pretty impressive how these things run, you know? Like, it's completely loaded with CPU, but it still finds a way to figure out what it's doing. I have to say, I quite like computers. They are fun. They never cease to, aha! There it is. Picture of my two friends, Mr. Sam and Mr. Jacob, in New York. I am fulfilled. Thank you. Now I will never go on Instagram again because I do not like it. And it is stupid, but feel free to follow me, even though I never post anything and I just click on girls that I meet online and then say, follow my Instagram. I'm never going to message you there either. You know what doesn't, see, wow, this was really stupid. You know what doesn't fail to disappoint? Shrek memes. But apparently can't actually type. One last thing, after going on YouTube, watch Mr. Beast, bought a Chromecast, Chrome whatever book, whatever piece of shit, $250 just wasted. I went on Instagram, viewed my friends enjoying their Instagram. I forget what else I even did. Facebook. Attempted to go on a date. I can rebuild a 25-year-old computer from the ground up, literally take it all apart, but I can't meet a girl. That's actually nice. Here we go. To finish it up, we're gonna look at a Shrek meme. And this is all done on right today, which apparently is 1601. October 6th. That's it. It's running. So I'm gonna close this because I'm fed up of looking at it. People are cracking up at these 30 spot-on Shrek memes that are taking the internet by storm. That was actually a title written by two quote-unquote journalists. And this page is so massive. Well, it has no problem loading ads. Me. Tries to print black and white document. Printer, low and magenta. Me. Why do you need magenta to print a black and white document? Printer. Shrek with ash on him. Good question. That's enough internet for one day. I just laughed so hard. I don't know what was funnier, that Shrek meme or the fact that that was a website that's taking up space on the internet that two journalists wrote. Instead of just posting that on, like, you know, the internet. Let's write an entire article about the Shrek memes. Amazing. What has society become? But that's that. That's basically the system. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a pass mark on this. I'm going to stop. Well, I'm going to pause the video because it's probably going to take like 200 years. All right, so we're back and we're going to wrap up this video here because I'm getting not fed up with this machine, but it's been a long time coming. It's running. I'm glad I was able to get a video. You can see how terrible our memory performs against anything, even a 2 gig. Well, I mean, 2 gig is also double the size of DDR2 6400. I mean, this memory is running at 133. So, yeah, a little bit slower than 6400, which I believe is. I'm trying to think now offhand, but yeah, no, it's. Yeah, actually, 133 megahertz versus 6400 megahertz. Yeah, it's a little bit slower, so we don't really get a whole lot. But the latency of this, look at the latency. We are faster latency than DDR3. Bang! Very useful when the performance of it is so awful. But yeah, I wanted to see the CPU mark. It wasn't telling me the CPU mark. I don't know why. If I go to memory, it'll show it down here, but the CPU mark doesn't actually show, which is kind of strange. I don't really know why. I guess we will never know. I'm kind of curious to see as far as, my baseline. That doesn't even show me that. I want to see what mine is. Guess we'll never know. Anyway, that's this machine. Hope you guys all... Oh, yeah, look at... What? Why is the physics score on this 16,669? That is not accurate. It's like, unless this machine is like some like possessed fast computer. Anyway, that's pretty funny. That's definitely wrong. It's actually faster with encryption than an E8400. Anyway, that's about the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this again. That's basically the machine in a nutshell. It's nothing super fancy. Like I say, another one for the collection. I do like this machine. I quite enjoy it. It's not a Xeon. It's not like, you know, my favorite machine ever, blah, blah, blah. But for free, just my gas and my time to drive and get it, I have to say, it's pretty cool. It'll definitely find a spot on my shelf, my collection with my other ones. So now we're going to go and actually shut this machine down. If we press the power button, spoiler alert, it literally just shuts off. So we're going to go here. We did shut down on Windows. I'm going to actually focus on that screen there so you can see it. And we'll focus back on the... Oh, that's... God, that is really blown out. Can you maybe, like, have light that doesn't look awful? I'm also shooting this at 11 o'clock at night, so it's time for bed. You see the machine shuts down there. It takes a little while to do. And then when we're all ready to go there, it is now safe to turn off your computer. You have to push this power button in. And there you go. Nothing like my big insane machines, but regardless, this is an old Proliant. I wanted to make a video on it. I appreciate the old owner giving these away to me for free. And like I say, I had to tear this machine all down, refurbish it, make it look like new, give it a little tune-up, add some modern features, and then make a video for all my 100 subscribers to enjoy. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Hope you had a laugh. Hope you enjoyed it, maybe learned something new. And I hope to see you again, because like I say, every time I get a cool Proliant machine that I don't have, because if I have a machine that I have already, depending, I'll pick it up, but I like to get new ones. I always look for Xeon machines. If you have a Xeon machine, I really want to get it. The next one on my list is a DL760 G2 or a GL740, which is the HP F2 chipset based on the Profusion chipset, but more nuts. You can put 8 processors in it. A really, really sweet machine. If you have one of these around, there's a guy down in New York with one. I want it. I'm not driving to New York to get it from basically Detroit, except on the Canadian side. Yeah, if you got an old server, one of these, you're in Canada somewhere, if you want to ship it to me, maybe we can figure out something for shipping. I can pay for shipping. I'll come and get it. I'm nuts. I got nothing better to do besides work and collect old servers. Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed the video, and have yourself a great day.